All right. I know it's been quite a while since I've released a Linux review video, but as many of you know, I have been very, very active at cupoflinux.com, and I've also had some projects running in the background, and this being my largest project, and this time around, this is a community effort. I present to you Manjaro Cup of Linux Edition. This is 0.8.10. Manjaro just did the 0.8.10 release, and I had a private beta test, and thanks to the community. I'd like to thank Matthew Moore for collaborating with me on this distribution. He submitted a lot of the artwork that is available for desktop backgrounds, and we also discussed all of the new packages that we decided to include in this distro. Additional greets goes out to Edge226, who provided technical consultation for some things that we were having. We were having a few little bumps in the road during the beta test. So thank you, Edge226. You can check him out at cuttingedgelinux.com. He has his own little things that he's doing, and he's trying to build his own community. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's worth your time. So this is the welcome screen that you're greeted with. Let's go ahead and minimize this for the time being. And let's give you a rundown of what you're getting on this release. Okay, in the upper right corner, you have a power control, which will allow you to log out. You can restart the computer, whatever you like to do. You also have a clock with a calendar. You have a battery indicator for those of you on laptops, and your update manager. Yep, that's right. The Blue Fear theme that this desktop is using is already ready to be updated again. All right, you get a volume control. You also get a network activity control. This is the NM applet. You also have this little icon here will tell you that you have language packs available for installation. And then, of course, we have Compiz, but it is not enabled by default. Great for those of you who are on lower-end computers that were having trouble with the live media and then having trouble after installation because, hey, you know, Compiz does use some resources. So it's great for those of you with newer computers. For those of you who want to enable it, you can right-click and then select Window Manager and then choose Compiz. Metacity is thrown in as an option if you do not want to use the Emerald window borders. There is a Metacity theme configuration tool for this now, so you can go into your Compiz options and choose Metacity for your window borders should you decide you wish to do that. Okay, these icons here are actually items that we already have opened. So if you mouse over them, it'll tell you what it is that we have, and these are things I'll come back to later. Player has replaced VLC. I feel this is a more comprehensive video player. It gives you a lot of really great options. There's a lot of really cool skins that come preloaded with this, and all in all, this is my favorite personal media player. But if you prefer VLC, you can easily uninstall this and install VLC through the package manager if you wish to do so. You have a display manager, great for those of you who have laptops like I do. You hook up to HDMI and want to turn off your laptop screen, you can do that with the display manager here. Change your screen resolution, that sort of thing. Hex chat is still included with this. I haven't made any changes to it. It'll still log you into the Manjaro and the hash Spatry chat room on Freenode IRC. Firefox is updated to number 29. We're going to take a look at that shortly. You also have a quick launch to Mousepad, which is just a simple text editor, and then of course the full LibreOffice suite comes with this. You also have a quick launch to your file manager, and you'll notice the icons are a little bit different in this theme. I was having some trouble with the elementary XFCE dark icons that we were previously using, so I decided to opt for the Fienza icon set so that we had a nice appearance all around. So looks very nice indeed. Go ahead and close this. This little icon is your terminal emulator, and I think you guys are going to like this. I got the idea for this one from the Netrunner Arch /Manjaro build, where they had a button here that you could click and a drop-down terminal would appear for you. And everybody wanted to have that penguin, so you've got it now, and of course a matching little fire theme underneath it. Took me a little bit of time to figure out how am I going to get this in here and get it working properly. It was a labor of love, and so now you have a nice custom terminal giving you all of your information on screen. I included a custom icon for the Whisker menu with a blue M here, and the latest release lets you have the categories on the left, the icons on the right. Matthew and I chose the best items to possibly have in the favorites, so we put those here for you. All the accessories you need are here to get the most out of the system, so you can manage your archives. You know, we even have the Conky Manager installed with this, so if you decide you want to use Conky, there are a bunch of themes preloaded in this. By default, I don't have Conky turned on, but you just run this program, you can turn on Conky, and you can theme it to your heart's content. A bunch of other cool little applications are included in here, such as your calculator, your notes that you can take here if you need to take a screenshot and post that up on the forums. It's here for you. Also your task manager, the Thunar File Manager, XFburn, that sort of thing. All good stuff. Development, your quick access to the OpenJDK policy tool, and then of course these are here because we have applications that use Qt and we want Qt to match our GTK theming, so that's the only reason why you see that there. In graphics, Matthew Moore and I thought we'd include Pinta, which is a very simple graphics or image editor. You get Shotwell for managing all your photos, and then of course View Noir for just viewing images. In Internet, you have everything that you need for connecting online. You have the Avahi Secure Shell server, and then of course their VNC server is included with this as well. I feel that Deluge is the best BitTorrent client out there for Linux. That's a personal preference, but if you prefer transmission or something like that, you can get that easily from the repositories. Firefox is preloaded with this, the latest version, HexChat, Mumble. This will get you in. Now, you'll have to follow the instructions on the form for connecting to a Cup of Linux Live. For some reason, I wasn't able to get it to automatically connect. Maybe I'll figure that out by the time the next release is ready. Pigeon Internet Messaging is available for those of you who like instant messaging. I don't, but so Matthew suggested that one. Thunderbird has also been thrown in for those of you who prefer not to use web-based emails. Okay, multimedia. I already talked about Unplayer. You get XFburn for burning those disks. The Qt test utility here is a great application for viewing your webcam, taking pictures, that sort of thing. You get the Pulse Audio Volume Control here. Kdenlive 0.8 is included with this. Yes, Kdenlive just released a new version. Good news for all of you Kdenlive fans out there. Clementine is included for managing all of your audio. You get an audio mixer for ALSA. And then, of course, you get Audacity. I use this myself for editing audio, and it's a powerful utility indeed. In Office, you get the full LibreOffice suite included with a dictionary, a document viewer, Orange Calendar, and Orange Global Time. All of your settings is included right here, but you can easily access them here by clicking this little control panel, and it'll pull up all of your settings. So managing your firewalls, everything is here for the most part. All right, let's talk about Firefox. I really didn't like the look of the new Firefox 29, so I gave it a classic look and feel. And I also gave it a nice theme to match our elegant dark desktop. Some of you have asked me, well, why do you have a dark theme? Well, I spend exorbitant amounts of time sitting in front of a computer screen, so my eyes thank me at the end of the day for not staring at, you know, bright white colors. Having the darker colors, at least for me, is a lot easier on the eyes. Your home page here is the Cup of Linux search, basically just a glorified Google search. You have quick access to the Cup of Linux website. That's here. And this is where you go to download this distro. There are links right here. And, of course, a nice little slideshow. It's playing a little bit slow because I have a bunch of resources running in the background. But you have your download links here. And then in the slideshow, there's a link for the release notes if you want to go ahead and read through those. You have access to the YouTube, and YouTube has also been themed dark. See where I'm going with this, kids? All right, you also have access to my G+ page right here, and there it is. That's themed dark. I can't talk. That is themed dark too. If you you also have quick access to the Linux distro community, another great community to go to get your questions asked about Linux and Linux distros. Wine HQ. I included this link for those of you who are using Play on Linux and you want to get your game on. Play on Linux and Steam is included in this distro, so I decided we better have links to these sites. Manjaro, the Manjaro Wiki, and the Arch Wiki. These are 3 invaluable resources. I highly recommend you make good use of them. And then, of course, Google. That is themed as well. And then, of course, the icing on the cake. This is the Cup of Linux Troubleshooter. And this one's fun. Let's say you're having a problem with your Broadcom Wi-Fi. Just do a search for it. Okay, and you'll get a list of links to many different websites. There's something here on Archbang's website, something on Manjaro, on Arch Linux's website. So basically, I tweaked this to where it's basically pulling all of the Arch-based websites that are out there. So this will help you find the solution. You're also going to notice on the right side you don't see a scroll bar. Instead, you see a percentage indicator showing you how much you have progressed up and down the page. If you don't like that feature, you can change it. These are all optional. So just click the Firefox button, go into add-ons here. On the left side, you're going to see extensions. So if you do not like the classic theme, you can disable or remove this. And this will give you the new theme that Firefox has with the pancake menu on the side for those of you who like it. I know a number of you people said you wanted to see my Firefox the way that I have it set up, so that's what I gave you guys. But of great interest is the user styles here. On this section here, you can disable these items if you want to go back to the default YouTube look, if you want to go to the default Gmail look, if you want the default Google Plus look, you can disable these. Now, the painted black forms, if you're going to be using dark themes, you'll want to keep this enabled. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to always read the forms. And this is a bug in Firefox that's never been fixed. This fixes that issue. So if you're using a dark theme, you want to keep painted black forms enabled. And if you want the scroll bar back, this is where you will disable and remove this, and it will bring back the scroll bar if you decide that you want it. All in all, I really think this is really cool the way this looks. Something else that Manjaro has vastly improved is the installer. Thus, okay, if we open Gparted, and by the way, we're on the live CD right now. The root password is Manjaro. M-A-N-J-A-R-O. So when you go to set up your partitions, as I have, I allocated a 60 gigabyte hard drive space for this. And this would be a typical layout you'd want to use. Now, let's assume there was like a Windows partition here, and you wanted to dual boot this. All right? This is why I set this up, so that, I like to manually decide where everything is going to go, especially if something goes wrong down the line and I want to back up my home partition. I have a separate partition for that. All right, so let's go ahead and close this. Let's have a look at the installer. I'm just going to go ahead and run install Manjaro. Links are right here, as well as documentation. This is very well written. You should read through this if you haven't tried Manjaro yet. All right, we'll choose our language. English United States. We meet all the criteria. I'm going to tell it I'm in New York. Choose your keyboard layout. it automatically detected it. Okay, now, here's where you get some really cool options. You can erase the disk, and then you can have encryption, LVM, and that sort of thing. But I'm going to go into advanced. All right, I'm going to go forward here. And this is something that just never worked in the previous releases. You always had this X here, and you couldn't manually set your partitions. Now, when I set the partitions to gparted, I already labeled them, so I know what I want them to be. So all I have to do is go in here and select change. Okay, well, we know that's labeled boot, so we're going to mount point this as boot. All right, got to swap 4 gigs of memory is on this virtual machine, so we'll leave that as it is. I'm going to change this one now. I'm going to make that root. We press OK. Notice this is going to change. Now we're good. But still, it's going to want to put home in the root partition if we don't assign home. Alright, and we're good. Now we can press the Install Now button and it's lit up. Before, this never worked, and we used to have to walk everybody through the process of using the CLI installer. So that's something that has been on everybody's wish list, so kudos to the Manjaro team for setting that up for us. Now we're on my regular desktop because I wanted to do a quick demonstration of the Compiz effects. In the latest release of VirtualBox, unfortunately, Compiz isn't behaving properly, so I can't really do an effective demonstration. So I have a few windows open here. But what you would do is you would right-click on the Fusion icon here, select the window manager, and then choose Compiz. All right, and here we are. The Compiz effects are enabled. Middle mouse click that button and you can rotate. You have 3 desktops to switch around in. By default on the XFWM4 desktop, there's only 1, but you can change that easily enough. If you move your mouse to the lower left corner of the screen, you'll be able to move windows around to whichever desktop you would like. You can press Alt-Tab to get a really killer flip switching effect here. And there's all kinds of other fun little things you can do with this. Like, for instance, pressing down the super key and then rolling the mouse wheel will let you zoom in and zoom out on stuff. So great for those of you who have vision problems and that sort of thing. This is a great tool, and this is why I've included that for those who had accessibility needs. So nice little addition. So, to wrap things up, I think we have a really nice offering for the community to tear apart and enjoy. If you have any questions about this release, please be sure to post on the forum here at cupoflinux.com. We have our own little section where people can post their comments and questions, and that is located right here in Manjaro Cup of Linux Edition. You can post your feedback here. Any feature requests you want to see in the future, you can post here. And then, of course, there's troubleshooting. So if you have any questions, anything you would like myself or any of the team members who've stepped up to the plate to test this, we're happy to answer your questions. Also, feel free to use the chat room. We have that available. Just click the chat button and enter into the chat room, or just catch us on Mumble. We included Mumble with this. Just use the information on the forums for connecting. It's very easy to do. And you can get voice chat support as well. Well, that is all I have on this. As a reminder, please consider supporting the show hosts who bring you the content you enjoy the most by disabling your ad blockers or shouting some coins. Peace out.